Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special edition of Senior Spotlight. This time we are joined by dual sport athlete of the women's tennis team and the softball team, Briana Schmidt, all the way in her home in Minnesota. And, Briana, you were a Minnesotan transplant in New York, but how much did you learn about yourself going to the big city in New York City?
If I were to make a timeline of my personal growth, the majority of that growth would be in college, and I'm so grateful for that. Recently, I've been able to help assistant coach on the junior high softball team, and that was the same team I was on so many years ago. So seeing how far I've come, it really helped me put it into perspective.
And how much of an appreciation do you have for the coaches, knowing that, at least this is the way I was when I played, you don't realize how much they have to deal with when you're a player. So I'd imagine that's a pretty similar thing for you.
Yeah, and especially with being on two teams, I get twice as many coaches. And from all the coaches I've had the pleasure of learning from and playing with, I've learned a lot. They've all come from all walks of life. Some of them played D1. Some of them played professionally, and it's been a pleasure and an honor to learn from them.
Yeah, and let's talk about your John Jay coaches specifically, Coach Aaron and Coach Juan. How did they shape your careers as a tennis player and a softball player?
Juan certainly took what I could give him coming from high school, and he transformed me into the tennis player I am today. My sport growing up, it was softball. I was best at softball. I love softball. It was my happy place. And I am so happy that tennis also became my happy place. And that was definitely because of Juan and the culture he creates on the team. It's very welcoming, open, and encouraging. And with Coach Aaron, I love how she can take players from whether you grew up in the city or you're coming from California or Minnesota, and really help us work together for a common goal.
No, that's really cool to hear. Now, for you, at least on the softball field, you weren't afraid to have the ball hit to you. Looking over your stats, 74 assists, 38 putouts in your time with the Bloodhounds, were you somebody that was cerebral in the field and just waiting for the ball to come to you? Like, did you want the ball in all situations?
That's actually how I mentally prepare for every play. I just anticipate the ball coming to me. And especially Coach Aaron and I had a conversation. She said, Briana, I haven't started many freshmen at shortstop. So this is going to be an experience for you, and you're going to learn a lot. And I'm so grateful that she put that trust in me, because, in high school, people are like, you probably won't play short. There's going to be seniors, there's going to be upperclassmen, you might play outfield. And to have that opportunity from Coach Aaron, that meant the world.
No, that's great to hear. All right, so off the diamond, pretty cool internship. Give us some details on that.
I am an investigative intern with the New York City Department of Investigations. This agency is built up of numerous squads. That's what we call them. I'm in squad 2, which is overseeing all of the social services available to New Yorkers. So as an intern, I just aid senior investigators with their caseload.
And is that something that you feel you want to go into after graduation? Is that the dream job?
Not quite the dream job, but it's the perfect right step towards my career. This was the first position where I'm doing investigations, albeit on my computer as an intern. But if COVID, wasn't around, I know it would be in person. So.
What was one thing that you took from this internship that you didn't even account for prior to starting?
Is having a better understanding of all of the agencies at work, all working coherently in the criminal justice system. Like, I had never heard of DOI before I found it on my LinkedIn and was like, oh, I should apply for this. So.
Now, okay, so you said it wasn't the dream job, but I'm going to press you on this. So 10 years, 15 years down the road, what's the dream job for Briana Schmidt?
Special agent for the FBI.
All right. And was that something that you, as a child, always dreamed of getting into?
I would say yes. I mean, I'm a person that has jumped around. I was like, I'm going to be a florist when I was 5 and in love with gardening. And then it became the first woman president, and then it became a lawyer. And now it's, I need to be in the criminal justice field, and I need to make reforms, and I need to use my educational background to my advantage.
Well, Briana, it was a pleasure watching you play both sports and getting to know you over the years. Much success in the future and all the best.
Thank you.